Hey, Chris Akins on the Third Channel Fly Fishing, and we're about to work on the general drift boat. So, as y'all can see, this is our drift boat project. My dad and his buddies picked this up. I think around the 2000s is when they got this thing, early 2000s. And when they picked this up, they took it on the Tacoma River a lot. They also took it on the South Holston, and I grew up fly fishing out of this boat, learning how to fly fish. I also did some spin fishing as well out of this thing, but this was my childhood. This thing has seen a lot of use, and it's seen some work and repair on it. As you can see, it's already been worked on recently. I found some cracks, found some fiberglass layer separation, and I want to start off definitely by saying I'm not a fiberglass expert at all. I've read a lot of forums, I've seen some YouTube videos, so anything that you're going to see me do on this boat, until you see the final end result, maybe just hold off on just copying what I did. So I think they got this, it may have been Montana. It was definitely north, because I remember my dad and my dad's friends saying, what in the world is a generally drift boat doing all the way up there? That's not where it needs to be. It needs to be down in the south. I will get some videos and get some shots of like kind of more detailed shots of the actual damage itself. The biggest problem that I did find early on is the anchor mount thing, which is not here right now. Oh wait, yes it is. Here is the old anchor mount. So it had some piece of flat bar and a couple of screws that went through some fiberglass, and it's held up. Also, over time, it caused some damage. So there was some separation of the fiberglass layers like I was talking about. I slightly designed this anchor mount. That's the new anchor mount that's going to be going there in its place. A lot bigger. It's made out of 7-gauge stainless with some hardware welded to it. So it should be a whole different ball game. And I don't know if anchor mount's the actual term for it, but anyone who slightly knows drift boats and rafts knows that it holds the anchor rope, which goes all the way over there. So that gray piece on the bottom is going to be underneath fiberglass, and then that piece on top is going to be above the fiberglass. And you stomp on it, rope gets loose, you pull it up. You know, if you know, you know. So I'm going to be doing some grinding today, cleaning and grinding, and then I will be doing a little bit of some structural repair putty I found, and we're going to be cleaning up some damaged areas on the floor, stuffing, and you know, we're going to get all the loose stuff off, get a nice layer of that structural repair putty. Has fiberglass strands in it. And then we may also go back and put some layers over that today as well. That's not going to be the whole fiberglass we're going to do. This is going to be a big project. So we're going to just focus on the minor, or the big major injuries and wounds on the inside of the floor. And then we'll come back over and probably do 1 or 2 full layers. I got some 1708 cloth, and it also has that the mat on the back of it. So we'll probably do 2 layers over that. But now that I have a YouTube channel and now that I have a GoPro, I wanted to film this because when I originally said I wanted to take this on as a project, but I don't know what in the world I'm doing, I was all over YouTube. There's either some drift boat videos of some very small repairs, or there's some just full-on boat repairs, like people. I forgot the YouTube channel name, but there's a dude down in Florida who builds boats, and he puts out some amazing content. It's just I can't relate a whole lot to that. But yeah, stay tuned. More to come. This is my buddy Zack. He woke up this morning with no plans. In this moment of uncertainty, he decided to call me up and ask what I was doing today, and stating that he was bored. Zack was recruited today to work on the boat. I recorded this time lapse to give an example of the grinding/prep work that was done on the General. In this video, I am focusing on a highly damaged area that had broken layers of fiberglass from the manufacturer, along with an older repair job that appeared like a putty or Bondo product. I started by grinding the loose material away until I was able to see solid fiberglass in good condition. As I continued grinding in this certain area, I realized that the root cause of this issue was a hole in the boat, all the way through the chine of the General. After this discovery, I ensured I got all the loose material around the hole, and then proceeded to feather back the surrounding area, ensuring that the new repair job will be adhering to good solid fiberglass. Okay, so we just did some grinding in those major damaged areas, which included the side right there ish, and then we also have our two steps. They had they both had some cracks in them, and we just kind of got the loose stuff off. Same for over here. There's also this damaged area over here. That's what I was mentioning before. This side actually looked in better shape than I thought. Looks like someone definitely repaired it in the past, and it looks like the repair is holding up. So I'm just gonna reinforce the repair that was already there, which will probably include maybe a little bit of the structural repair putty, and then a couple layers of fiberglass, maybe just one or two. So that side went good. The steps went exactly as planned as far as finding out damage and kind of getting a plan together. The other side did not go to plan. I knew that was the most damaged area. I did not know it was this damaged. So again, we were just wanting to get rid of all the loose stuff. So as you can see, there was just loose debris and loose putty and loose fiberglass all around there, and it ended up being a hole through the bottom. Which is not the end of the world. We will be okay, so not too worried about it. So we're gonna get the structural repair putty. We're going to definitely get some around that hole, because there's a lot of layers that are exposed now, and I just want to get the fiberglass putty on the edges of the hole, so that way it has a nice good base layer. As for the steps, we're just gonna pack that thing full of putty. I don't think we're gonna fiberglass those today. We might, and then I think this project over there, that's gonna take up the majority of the time. That's gonna take up more time than I thought. So that one area might be today. That may be the only thing we get done today, but that's okay. I'm super excited and pretty confident that this thing will be in the river after these repairs, and it'll be perfectly fine, and we will smash some rocks and we will be okay. Oh, I gotta show you the actual putty stuff. It's over here. So I did some research. 20 million different things that you could use for this situation. I got this polyester structural repair putty. I got epoxy resin. I know some people are like, polyester, epoxy, if you use this first above and then you go the epoxy over, it'll be fine. But there's a lot of fiberglass putty on the market. I found this structural repair putty, and in situations and in areas of the boat like that, you want as much structural protection you can get. So that has high strength bonding repaired compound, contains milled glass fibers and spreads smoothly and resists whatever. Okay. It has fiberglass in it. I know there's some people that will get the putty and then they'll also get the fiberglass. There's like beads and fibers they'll throw in there, which is cool, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So I'm just hitting the easy button, buying it pre-mixed, and I think we'll be doing some good structural repairs today. So let's continue on. I decided to speed this video up because watching this in real time would be really long and extremely boring. I first want to say that I apologize for having the GoPro mount in this shot. This was my first day ever using a GoPro, so bear with me. As for the actual work being done in this video, we are focusing on the area that had the hole in the chine of the boat. Zack was working on putting on tape on the outside of the hole so that the putty would follow the shape of the boat and prevent a lot of grinding and sanding later when we work on the bottom. As for what I'm trying to accomplish, I'm firstly trying to ensure that the fiberglass layers have a consistent, smooth surface on top, while also making sure that putty is getting to all the cracks and crevices around the hole. After that is completed, I then tried to shape the putty so that when we add fiberglass on top of this damaged area, the angle transition would not be as sharp or dramatic. This helps ensure that there won't be any gaps between the boat and the new fiberglass layers. Zack also joined me and jumped in the boat, armed with nothing but acetone and a rag. And there was a couple of other areas we wanted to focus on puttying. So he was in charge of cleaning said areas to ensure there wasn't any dirt, debris, or residue that would prevent the putty from adhering to the boat. So now Zack has the putty, and he is focusing on the opposite side of the boat, where he is just packing putty into the cracks and crevices, while also adding a layer of putty because there was a thin layer of fiberglass that was removed. Now this is a shot where you can see the work that was done on the opposite side. Just a hole packed full of putty with a nice smooth finish. So that wraps up day one. Shout out to my buddy Zack for coming over and giving me a hand. We were able to successfully putty all the areas that were damaged on the inside. Well, as you can probably guess with the coffee mug in my hand, it is morning time. It is the morning after me and Zack worked on the General. As you saw in that last video, I got videos and shots of me doing some major putty work, and Zack started fixing up some cracks, crevices, and just kind of structurally repairing some issues with the boat, and so kind of wanted to just talk about that. That was the main area. Here was the absolute worst. This is where the hole was found, and we also had the area right here, and it was somewhat the same. There is a repair job there already, a repair job done previously. I don't know nothing about it, and it seems to be holding all right. I guess some slight concerns I have is that I may have put a little bit too much repair putty in that area, that there may be too much of a layer between the fiberglass that has a hole in it, the putty, and the fiberglass that I'm going to lay above it. Although the thing that keeps me peace of mind is that once I'm done inside of here, I'm flipping this thing over and I'm going to repair the whole bottom. So I think we'll be perfectly fine. As far as today's plans, my dad is coming over and we're going to be doing some fiberglass work. And we're also, I got a new smoker, free used smoker. So I've never smoked before. I grew up with my dad smoking. Meats, Boston butts, briskets, ribs, that kind of thing. We're going to work on the boat, and while all that's going on, we're going to have some meat on the smoker. So that'll be fun. I have to do a little bit more grinding today. I'm not a fan of grinding the boat. Yesterday I thought about just going ahead and just doing all the grinding work, but I just really don't like grinding. I mean, it's basically like complete outfit change and shower change, or complete shower and outfit change as soon as you're done. But it's whatever, it's fun. It's for a good cause. But yeah, there's a couple of areas that I need to feather the fiberglass back, just to make sure that when we put that new fiberglass down, it's not going to be a sharp transition. It'll just be a nice even slope. Other than that, that's the plan. Work on the boat and smoke some meat. So y'all stay tuned for that, and hopefully have some good shots and some good videos for y'all to follow along and be able to see either some absolute fiberglass awful practices, or maybe you're some feller with a drift boat somewhere and you want to fix it up and you watch this feller fix it up. I don't know. Stay tuned. Alright, so Dad has arrived. We got the ribs seasoned and on the smoker, and we have also worked on the boat just a little bit. So all we have done is done some cleaning. We took it out in the sun. It's a shop vac. So we shop vac the majority of the dust up. But the goal for today is to definitely focus on some key areas. So that would be the hole that we found yesterday, that we also patched up with that putty, along with our footrest. That'd be good to get to today. And then our anchor mount situation, we'd like to get that taken care of. So that's what we plan on. We'll see if that continues on throughout the day. But we'll keep you updated once we start having some new updates, once we get some fiberglass broken out. Yes, yeah, so as you can see here, Dad's got that mount that we were talking about, and so it's going to go somewhere around there, and we're going to put 2 or 3 handfuls or 2 or 3 layers of fiberglass over top of that. Yep, and that's for our anchor rope to go on. So that pedal is going to be on top of the fiberglass, and that gray part is going to be under the fiberglass. So we're gonna get that fiberglassed over today, hopefully. So yeah, and we're rolling on the smoker back there, so we'll have some good food later today as well. Okay, so just wanted to give an example of what we're doing when we're trying to focus on the like the major damaged areas. So right here is that hole that we found yesterday and we patched up with that putty. That hole was right here, and I'm going to come over and put this piece right here, and then I'm going to lay this big block on top of it, and we're going to do that, and then I'm going to throw this piece right here. And it'll look something like that. And so this one area with the hole is just going to get a little bit more extra tension. So if you can see in there, we've laid our cloth out. One of the big things I have learned on reading forums and watching YouTube videos is this epoxy resin is I think you have like 20 minutes to work with. So it's one of those situations where you want to have everything ready before you start. So we're pre-cutting all of our cloth that we want to lay down. So we have this one for the whole boat. We're gonna do maybe one or two areas where we're just gonna put a light thing over. We're gonna have all of that ready. That way when that epoxy gets mixed up, we're just one layer, slap it on there, get it wet, another layer, slap it on there, get it wet. That way we don't have to keep mixing hardeners and waste a whole bunch of stuff. But as far as the actual cloth that we have now, so this is our 1708 cloth that we laid out for the whole entire boat. Started right where this second level comes up, and it's a little loose, but we want to have more than less. And we've marked out where we're going to cut it at with a Sharpie. Those scribbles are our drain holes, and then right here, that middle line is going to be where the anchor rope pipe is. We also have these marks where our footrests are at. So yeah, that's where we're at now. We're about to cut that off, trim that out, then get a couple more pieces. This is the epoxy stuff we're using. So we have Total Boat traditional 5-in-1 marine grade epoxy, and then I also got this 5-to-1 slow cure hardener because this is my first time doing fiberglass, so I need all the time I can work with. Something pretty cool with this is that it came with a little scraper thingy, some gloves. It came with these pumps, and these pumps do a 5-to-1 ratio. So if you come over here and pump this one once and then pump this one once, it's a 5-to-1 ratio. They also included these these mixing buckets as well, and we should be able to just confirm that those are working correctly with these mixing buckets. So yeah, we're gonna get this set up. We're gonna cut a couple more pieces, and then we're gonna start laying some glass down. Oh, we also have just a couple of brushes. We're gonna use this just to get some of that resin down, and our plan is to wet the area, then put the fiberglass down, and then come back and really soak it with that resin afterwards. But we're just gonna do a light layer beforehand just to give it something to kind of stick to. So yeah, that's our plan. Stay tuned. So I didn't record the first 2 layers of the patch job on this side, but we did the one small layer of fiberglass and then a slightly bigger above that. And then in this video, as you can see, this is the last layer of fiberglass that we did on this whole patch area. And as we found out, this is the first time working with fiberglass, we just put the epoxy on, spread it around until it was clear, and obviously that the epoxy was through the fiberglass, was all clear, and just made sure that it was well moistened, well soaked with the fiberglass. But this is just kind of an example of what we were doing. So at the very end, I started to just pour the leftover epoxy over it. And I just wanted to show what it looked like when we considered this patch job done. I'm also going over making sure there's no air bubbles on top of that, and I use a brush to push that out. We also have the an epoxy roller, which has disappeared allegedly. So anyways, it's like a roller with a bunch. Oh, here it is right here. Yeah, so there's our epoxy roller. So that combined with the brushes, I'm pushing all the air out of the situation. So we're gonna knock out this piece to sandwich that anchor mount, and then we're gonna put the whole cover on there, and then we'll call it a day after that. But everything's going along great, and I think the ribs are gonna be coming off here in about 15-20 minutes. So we're gonna let them rest, probably knock this out, and go in there and eat. All right, wanted to provide a little update on what we've accomplished so far. We have our anchor mount situated, and there is a piece of fiberglass underneath that, and there's epoxy resin underneath that layer and on top, and then Dad also did a little bit of reinforcement around the edges with some fiberglass cloth. As for that area with the hole, those 3 layers are installed and wet with epoxy. So that's it ends around there, it comes back. And we also did some reinforcement on this other area where there was a repair previously, and it seems to be holding up okay, but since the previous owner did some repairs right there, we're just gonna go ahead and put another layer of fiberglass right there. And it goes back to about right there. So yeah. All right, so we just got done putting the final layer on the boat, and to keep it short, this back here went really good, went according to plan. This got a little wrinkly, and it got a little wrinkly up here, but we cut some wrinkles out, put some more resin down, and overall I think we're going to be all right. We'll come back and clean that up, make it look smooth. But that's it for today. That's our fiberglass in the floor project. Patched some major areas, and then we did a final layer over top. And we also added our new anchor mount. Forgot to give y'all an update on the ribs we were smoking. So we had some St. Louis ribs right here that we did a concoction of some butt rub and some stubs. No, not stubs. We had some Sweet Baby Ray's spicy barbecue sauce. We did a combination of that. Patted some butter on there, mixed it with some beer. Those turned out just absolutely amazing. Super juicy, super tender. I mean, I can like pull this bone out of here. I mean, it is just falling off. Then over here, we had some baby back ribs, and we had some, what was that stuff called? It was Kinder's, here it is. Kinder's Black Cherry Chipotle on these baby backs, and nothing else. And oh my goodness, they're awesome. This is falling off as well. As you can see, I mean, I'm pulling this out. I mean, that's what you want to see. Oh, here's the, for some reason, barbecue sauce is on the floor. That's what we used for this right here. That and some butt rub. Turned out amazing. So, we did a pretty great job on the boat, I would say, and we did a pretty great job on dinner. I wouldn't say we excelled at both, but given the situation that we were doing both dinner and a drift boat repair, I'd say that we came out on top for the day. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all later. We'll be back. We have a lot more to do on this boat. This is a good first step.